That is why we don't do chair spins on beds, children. Hello! How's it going? I'm good. How are you? I hope you're good. I can't hear what your answer is, but I hope it's good or fantastic or anything else positive. I don't actually know why I'm in here. I'm just in here. Today's video is going to be a little bit different, so grab your popcorn and let's go. So I'm guessing a lot of you guys know that I am actually not Canadian and I am South African. I moved here about 5 years ago actually, and we got our permanent residency. So in my opinion, I am not a Canadian and I doubt I ever really will be one. I will always be a South African deep down. Then I started thinking, there are a lot of things that are different about South African and Canadian cultures, as I'm sure you can guess, but often there are things that I have to explain to people, or things that people didn't even know until I brought it up. So I thought I would make a video for you today, just a bunch of random facts about South Africa and South Africans. The first fact I have for you is that a lot of people think that Africa is a country, but it's not. Africa's a continent, and South Africa is a country on that continent. Just because I used to live in a country that is on the continent of Africa, that doesn't mean that I know James who lives in Somalia or Timmy who lives in Tasmania. South Africa is a country by itself, and I didn't really travel much of Africa, so I've also actually never seen wildlife other than in a zoo. It's not like they just walk around or whatever. I've seen giraffes and like buffalo and stuff, like in this resort place where we stayed, but it's not like there's just lions walking around. You have to go to a zoo or a reserve for that, and our family didn't really do that because if you're from South Africa, those animals aren't as much of a big deal. South Africans are very intense people. I feel like if we have an emotion, we feel it 100%. We do get annoyed easily, actually, now that I think about it. We are also known for being crazy drivers. It is actually a term to do a South African stop, which is a rolling stop, but everyone in South Africa stops like that. You just roll through the stop street. You don't actually stop. Don't have time. All you stupid people taking too long. We don't have time for stop streets. We're busy going to the shops to go buy some stuff for our bride. We also don't have time to stand in this long queue to get to the till. That's a line for you Canadian people who don't know what a queue is. Now that we are in the shop, we buy juice. No one says pop, we just say juice, or fizzy juice if you want to get technical. Also, no one buys Pepsi. No one. It's Coke. You buy Coke because Coke is the real deal, okay? People who say that they taste the same are very wrong. Coke is way better. We're also gonna get sweets, not candy. Actually, no, you don't really buy sweets to go to a ride, but I just thought I'd throw that in there. And chips. We buy chips. Now, basically all the potato things are chips. It doesn't matter. You'll know by sight what the difference is, or the smell. That was another thing I noticed that there's a really big difference in braais and barbecues. A barbecue here, everything is already done for you. You just have to turn it on and occasionally like switch the propane tank thing. But you just turn it on and it does it for you. And as soon as you arrive at someone's house to have a barbecue, they're like, quick, 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 we have to get the meat on, we have to cook, and then we have to eat it and get it done. No. That's not how it is at a braai. Braai is like a hardcore manly barbecue. You have like actual charcoal things, and then you have like that white stuff that starts fires. As you can tell, I didn't really stick around the braai that much. And there's smoke, and it's really hot around it, and it's crazy. But the braai is like the center of everything. Everyone stands around the braai, occasionally shuffling to get out of the way of the smoke, but the braai is like a way to socialize. The food isn't even that important. Food takes hours to get ready, and that's the way we like it, because we like to talk while we're doing it. Another thing that you will always see at a braai, or any time South Africans are hanging out, is a ball of some kind. We'll either have a rugby ball, a soccer ball, or a cricket ball. Soccer and cricket and rugby are the sports of South Africa, in my opinion. And all three, or at least one of those games, will be played at a braai. Usually soccer. Soccer is almost guaranteed. The funny thing is, even though I grew up in a country where everyone plays soccer all the time when we're hanging out, I was horrible at it, and I'm still horrible at it, but that's fine. Now, some other forms of food will be seen at a braai. My father was kind enough to take some of our rationed South African delicacies in order for me to show it to you in this video. First we have biltong. Biltong is like jerky but better. Another thing, droewors, which means dry sausage. It might look like a piece of poop, but it is not. It is actually really good. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret about South Africans. When we offer you some of this, it is kind of a big deal because it is harder to get here. There are South African shops that you can get it from, but it's definitely not as accessible as it was in South Africa. So when we give it to you, we really don't mind if you don't like it. Just don't put the whole thing in your mouth and decide you don't like it and spit it out. Take a little bite, because if you don't like it, we will definitely eat the rest. Don't even worry about it. Like, for example, one of my best friends came over and I was like, hey, Jess, do you want to try some of this South African stuff? And she was like, sure. And I was like, I really hope you like it. And she ate it and she did like it. And you know, I'm like happy for her. Like, I'm not going to say I'm not going to give her any ever, but I was a little bit sad because like, I don't mind if you don't like it because I'll eat it. But actually, in a way, it is an honor to show you guys things from our country so that you guys can get a little bit of the taste of our culture. Where I used to live in South Africa, there are a lot of black people. In fact, I think I had more black friends than I had white friends. And we all mixed together and got along and it was amazing. If there is a funeral, you can go. You don't have to know the person because funerals in South Africa are more like parties and you like everyone like drinks and eats a lot and everything because it's a celebration. Like some white people in South Africa are like this, but it is mostly black in the black culture. And I remember the one time I was walking with a group of friends and we were walking past this house and you could tell that it was a funeral, and my one friend said, oh, they have food. And he ran in and he got food and no one was mad, no one was offended. We might not be the friendliest people, but when I lived there, I remember us being very united and together and very proudly South African. If you are friends with me, or maybe even any other South African, you've probably had the talk about the 4 nows. We have just now, we have now, and then we have now. Let me explain for you. It's actually pretty simple. It just confuses people if you haven't explained it to them first. So I'll do that for you. We have now. Now means now. So in a few seconds, I'll do what you asked me to do. I'll do it now. We have now. Now is a little bit of a different phrase. This can mean a few minutes to an hour. And then we have just now. Just now is no allotted amount of time. Just now can mean anything. You can say goodbye to someone and be like, see you just now, and that could actually mean tonight, or even tomorrow, or like next week. Just now doesn't really have a time frame. It's just a way of letting someone know that it is going to happen, but it's going to happen just now. Something to always remember about us though is that we are sarcastic. That is just how we are. Everyone in South Africa is sarcastic. We are raised that way and it is amazing and I'm proud of it and I'm not going to change. I know that sometimes I offend people and honestly it is something that I've had to adapt because moving here I have learned that it's important to adapt to the culture that you live in, whether it is your own or not. Because I don't want to be offending people constantly and stuff. So I have dialed down the sarcasm, but just a little bit because, I mean, it is me, so. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope that helped you understand South Africans a little bit better. If you have any questions, please comment them down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I try to post videos whenever I have time, which sometimes is never and sometimes is always. If you have any makeup requests, then please let me know. And check out my 2 latest videos. I did a gory arm thing and then I also just did a golden eye makeup thing too. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Bye. This is my mom.
Why?
This is my mom's friend. Can you say hello?
Hello.
I'm sure you can tell that today's different. Today's different is gonna be a little video. Yeah. This is just a testing video because I don't know how well a selfie stick works while taking videos. So